No.
And do you want to save the NHS?
Yes!
Fantastic.
Excellent.
Let's go and see if she's around.
Hello, my name is Ruth and I'm here to hand in a petition to Lynne Featherstone. I'm going to ask her to save our NHS. Here's Ruth.
Hello, sorry.
I was waiting for you outside.
Sorry, because they said we'd go here.
Oh, okay,
Anyway,
fine.
I'm very pleased to meet you all today.
This is for you.
Thank you so much.
For over 400,000 signatures.
In here, from Haringey?
From Haringey, from the internet. All these people are from Haringey.
Yes.
And we're all saying, please do not let our NHS be destroyed. Save our NHS and don't vote for this bill. Get rid of the monitor's role. Put the duty on the Secretary of State that we must have comprehensive healthcare. I have read it. And he says there will not be dog fighting over the NHS, but he says there is a place for competition. That's not clear enough. It's too dangerous.
And the conversations, none of us have been able to get into them. They've been private. We've not been able to get any. I've gone to my GP and said I would like to be involved in one of the consultations. The GP didn't know anything about it. And
if you really don't understand the significance of any willing provider, it's quite disturbing.
Look at it. It's not just the phrase. It's not the phrase that matters. It's what any willing provider can.
So how do we know?
It's how you define
What do you understand? What do you understand what any willing provider?
My understanding is that it means the best service that can be got from any willing provider.
So it could be from a private company.
It could be from a private company. However,
NHS, private company fighting on an equal footing. That's a free market. Will you fight for no free market in the NHS?
I will fight for the best for patients. I'm not going to give you the words you want today because you're trying to back me into a corner. And as the Member of Parliament for this area,
I'm asking you for answers.
I have said I will fight for the NHS free at the point of need, and no privatisation, no fragmentation, no cherry picking and no race to the bottom.
I am a Liberal Democrat. I've supported you the last two campaigns. I have written to you and asked very specific questions about how you feel about this bill with relevance to your local constituents. And not one of those questions you have answered. You've sent me pages of documents, but you haven't specifically answered those questions. Do you know how the GPs of Wood Green and Hornsey feel about this bill? Because my GP, who is the head of his practice, thinks it's appalling.
The Royal College of GPs do not support it. The BMA do not support it. The nurses do not support it. The BMA said take it back, withdraw it and start again.
If we're throwing lots of questions at you and saying, are you doing this, are you doing this, are you doing this, and some of them you're saying you don't know, you have to see. So it would be nice to be, if you could be clear about exactly what things you are prepared to
what are your red lines?
What you are prepared to commit to. Maybe not now, but in some public statement to us, so we can be clear where you stand, and then we can have a dialogue with you and educate you if we think that some of those areas where you and your party are not going to the wall on, that maybe there is a need to go to the wall on.
I think no privatisation, no race to the bottom, no cherry picking, no fragmentation.
What about the role of monitor?
And the role of monitor to be for collaboration.
Manifesto. You stood in Hornsey Wood Green on a lie. 85% of people in Hornsey Wood Green did not support changes to the NHS. How can you stand for this?
There was a number of things, but I mean, you know, you can have an argument about coalition government and what was in the agreement, what was out the agreement. I don't think that's very productive from where we are now. I made a decision, along with other Liberal Democrats, to go into coalition because of the huge economic crisis this country was facing. And at the next election, you can all vote the other way if you think that was a wrong decision for the country. However,
we're spending less than other
Parliament. We send you to Parliament to represent the interests and the views of the people of Hornsey Wood Green, not the Tory government.
I always represent your views, but when you go to Parliament,
doesn't look like it.
Well, that's your view. There are many other people.
Can I just ask, Lynne, how can you have represented our views about the bill, which you have twice voted in favour of, when we didn't get an opportunity to debate the bill because it wasn't in your manifesto, so we couldn't have a chat with you about it when you were campaigning in the last election. I mean, it's a false logic. Well, you can't say you represent our views when you haven't given us the chance to talk to you about your views before we vote for you.
Do you feel listened to?
I can assure you.
No.
Do you want to be listened to?
Yes.
Is this a listening exercise? Do we feel like we've been listened to?
No. Listen, you can chant at me all you like.
It's listening after the fact. It's listening after the fact.
Thank you.
I'll contact your office if please do.
I would recommend that everybody visits their MP about the NHS.
I think everybody made that point.